I don't just talk it, I walk it. In fact, the things that I share and I teach, they come from both a place of revelation and a place of experience. Okay, now, but the revelation came to me while I was experiencing it. That is, it wasn't that I sat in my house and I was just figuring out the problem. No, I was involved in building a choir from the very bottom, building it up to become great. Now, I made many mistakes along the line. Okay, there were things that I did not get. There were things that I did not know, and I began to learn those things. And while I was learning those things, when I was making those mistakes, what was happening was God was teaching me things. All right. So, and in that process, I began to learn a lot of things. And so, when I'm teaching those things, I'm sharing it so that people who are currently building music teams would not make those mistakes. Okay, so I think the first thing you want to ask yourself, for everyone listening today, the first thing you want to ask yourself is that what is an excellent music team? What does a thriving music team look like? Okay, now let's start by defining that so that you can actually know where we are going to, because many people say our choir is okay, and you're asking them, how can you say your choir is okay like this? Now, let me tell you what an excellent music team does not look like. Number one, an excellent thriving music team is not a choir that does not have challenges. It's not a choir that does not have challenges, like maybe people are not, there's nobody fighting, everything is just lovey-dovey. No, it's not like that. It's not like that. Okay, it's not like that. So that you are not having, in fact, that if you say that in your choir you are not having problems, it may actually be that you guys are lying. Now, I'm not talking about problems like maybe you start fighting, you go on the street and you start arguing. No, that's not what I'm talking about. But you see, whenever 2 or 3 people are gathered, something will happen. There will be different opinions, different ideas. Okay, somebody's coming from Anglican church. There's a way the person left Anglican church maybe because of marriage, or probably because he was not enjoying the music there. But when the person now comes from maybe a particular Pentecostal church, that person also now wants to bring an idea of, oh, this is what we're doing when I was in Anglican church that I loved. Now, another person is coming from maybe MFM. Another person is coming from Redeem. There are people that are coming from different places with different orientations. Now, at that moment in time, there could be a clash of ideas. Another thing that could cause clashes in music teams could be the fact that we have different personalities, different temperaments. Okay, I'm a very outgoing person. I like to talk. This other person is a very melancholic person. All those things, So when we talk about excellent music teams, there are 3 areas. I want you to listen to me carefully. Okay, there are 3 major areas that you must look out for. There are 3 major areas that will help you to know and to see that your choir is excellent and thriving. Now, if you are not excellent in these 3 areas, then something is wrong. What are the 3 areas? Number 1, spiritual excellence. Spiritual. So, you want to ensure that your choir is thriving spiritually. Now, how does a choir thrive spiritually? I'm going to give you a couple of random points to help you to gauge your choir so that you can know whether your choir is successful or doing well spiritually. Number 1, because your choir belongs to a church, the choir must be connected to the vision of that church, to the mission and the heart of the pastor. Let me say that again. You must be connected to the vision of the church and to the heart of the pastor. I've seen many music teams, many MDs, and many singers make this mistake where, they are saying that they are not, they don't like this particular pastor. They will just do their thing, blah 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 blah. And then you want to succeed in a choir, and you want to succeed all by yourself. You don't want to stay connected to the pastor. You are going to get it wrong. So if you know that the church that you belong to, you don't agree with the mindset of the church, their vision and what they stand for, I am telling you right now, leave. Don't stay there. Don't try to argue. Don't try to change them. It has never worked. You can never change any church. You are not the pastor. You are not the one that God called. You're not the one that received the vision. So don't try to change any place. If you know that I don't agree, this particular church, they don't wear shoes. Me, I want to wear shoe. Let me try and change them. No, leave. This church, they are not exposed. They don't like to do Afro gospel. Me, I want to do Afro gospel. I will change them. No, I'm telling you, leave. At this church, they do feet washing. See, if you don't agree, leave. For you to thrive in a choir, for your choir to thrive spiritually, you must love the church. Don't just love the pastor. And there's a way. There's a noise underneath. I don't know where that is coming from. Can we mute that mic? Thank you. So let me say this. There is a mistake that many people are making in these days of internet preachers. Some of you you watch some reels, you see these pastors' messages that are coming online, and you just love the pastor. Hey, careful. That you love the message of the pastor does not mean that that person is now your father in the Lord or your pastor. No. You can only have one father. You may have many teachers. The Bible shows us this thing. You can have many teachers that you love listening to. It doesn't mean because one particular pastor is now an internet sensation, then you must now begin to listen to them, and then you must leave your own church and then start attending their churches. And I see a lot of young people do that these days. I don't want to mention names because, some of you may belong to those churches. I've written about this many, many times, how a particular pastor will be trending online, messages everywhere. Some people will now suddenly abandon their church and say, no, this is what I've been looking for. This is the man of God. This is the only person that is speaking the truth right now in the country. You will not leave your own pastor that has shepherded you, that was there for you when you were broke, that was there for you when you were single, that was there for you when you were about to enter school. Suddenly that pastor does not know Bible again. You will now go and join the church of the pastor and say, you are my man of God, I submit under you. Because you loved their reels. You can love the reels. It does not mean that you should now attend the church or be a part of the church. Because one thing you will discover is that, see, let me tell you the truth, all churches are essentially the same. Whatever you are running from in your church, you will meet it in another color in that other church. Take it from me. Whatever you are running from. So you must connect, okay? Because when you connect, listen to me carefully, there is a grace that comes from the head. Psalm 133. Okay, it talks about the fact that the oil flows from the head of Aaron down to his beards, down to his skirts. There is a grace that a choir cannot pray for. They cannot fast for it. That grace will only come because they are submitted under the leadership of the house they belong to. Is somebody getting me? There are certain graces that you need as an artist, as a music director, as a songwriter. You listen to me carefully. You cannot pray for that grace. You cannot fast for it. You can't go to any mountain to get it. That grace can only come in the place of service and submission. The same way when the Bible talks about a husband and a wife, not a man and a woman, when you become a husband and a wife, you can only thrive as a wife when you are submitted and connected to the vision of your husband. Please hear me very well. I'm not talking about a man and a woman. It's a different thing. The moment you are married and you are joined, that's why we say that you must marry a man that has a vision going somewhere, because you are meant to be the helpmeet for that. Now, it doesn't mean that your own vision will die, but you see, while you are connected to a man with a vision, your own vision comes alive. Your destiny comes alive. There is no way a real wife will be connected to the husband that is going somewhere and she will not become all that God has ordained her to be. If she's single, she's not a wife, it's a different thing. She can be running a thing. But the moment you become a wife, we talk about purpose, alignment, all of those things. The same thing happens to a church. That are anointed. Some of you, the reason why you are struggling as an artist is because you have disconnected from the house, from the grace that God connected you to. Yes, I know there are some people that are artists right now that they don't belong to a church. I'm still going to get to that later, or maybe in another episode. But you see, if you are in a choir or you are in that choir, please make sure that your heart is right. If you don't like the pastor, either deal with it in your heart or leave. But you see, there's no amount of rehearsal you want to do to revamp the music that will work. So far, you don't connect to the heart of the pastor. You don't love what the church stands for. You don't like the vision. So that's where problems going to happen. All right. So that's the first level of spiritual excellence and thriving that you must have. Once you submit like this, let me tell you something. You will discover that there are some graces and giftings that your choir will start working in, that you know that you did not pray for this thing. You didn't pray for it. It just started happening. The choir will minister with grace. You will just know what to sing. People will start hearing God when you are ministering. All those things. It's not everything that will happen because you prayed for 17 hours. Some things will just happen because you are in alignment. That's all. Number two thing that you are looking for when it comes to spiritual excellence, I'm talking about spiritual excellence. What you're also looking for is that everybody in that choir, they are growing spiritually as they are serving God. And they are also growing in the fruit of the Spirit as they are serving God. Let me say that again. Everybody in that choir, they are growing spiritually as they are serving God. And they are also growing in the fruit of the Spirit as they are serving God. So I cannot be serving God in the choir and my personal study life is not growing. Something is wrong. That choir, because you see, everybody is bringing their fire. The results that happen in a choir does not only happen because of the MD. It is the MD, the singers, the musicians. Everybody is bringing in something and they are joining it together. So don't think that because the worship leader is the prayo, the one that is always on fire, but the backups are people that they are sleeping with different girls and different guys around, and you think that choir will thrive spiritually. It cannot happen, because whatever thing you are singing, it must reflect in your life. You cannot be singing about faith and you are not working in faith. You cannot be singing worship and your worship life is not growing. So you want to ensure that as these things are happening, you want to make sure that the spiritual life of individual choir members, they are growing. Something must happen. It must rub off. They cannot be singing those songs and the songs are not manifesting in their lives. That is the reason why you will see that many people go from choir to go and become pastor. I don't know whether it happens in your church, but it happens in my church. It happens in different places that people from choir, they start telling them, okay, lead prayer, head a cell unit, all of those things. Why? Because the rigors and the exercises of being in the choir cannot allow you to be spiritually dormant. As a singer in the choir, there's no way you will go up on that stage. You will pray. All week long, you are listening to that song. You are scoring that song. As you are scoring the song, it's not only the lyrics and the melodies and the riffs and runs. You are also listening to the notes. Okay, you are listening, looking at the lyrics. You are studying. You are asking yourself, how will I ad-lib to this song? What are the things that I will say that will make sense? That would, you are taking time to pray. All those things. Because you are doing it people in other units, because they are not coming to the front. Some people can just do anyhow. Maybe they are in ushering, or apologies to people in other units, ushering and all those things, or people that are cleaning toilets. There are people that are cleaning toilets in church sanctuaries. Some churches call them sanctuary keepers. People that are maintaining the car park. Some of them, maybe during service, they can even be gisting and be laughing and be buying donuts and be watching reels while they are doing their job. But as a choir person, you can't do that. From Monday, you're already preparing your costume for the midweek service, for the Sunday service. You are backing up, you are leading, you are studying. You understand? You can't go on that stage. All those exercises will affect you spiritually, so that you will be on fire. You cannot go up on stage to lead a song and you don't have word, because before you lead what you want to say, Psalm 35 verse so and so says that. All of those things is building you spiritually. So that is one of the things that you must ensure you do to ensure your choir becomes successful and thrive spiritually. That spiritual aspect is important. So if you're a music director listening to me here, don't spare your choir members. Once in a while, tell them, lead prayer. When they lead prayer and you hear the way they are leading prayer, know that this one, no, they pray. Come. What are you listening to? What kind of movie are you watching? So you need to begin to censor those things, because the way you are praying, you are not praying like you're somebody that prays in the secret, somebody that prays in their closet. When somebody has a great prayer life, it will show when you come to the public. It will show. When you come on stage to sing and you want to lead worship and you can't say anything, you just say, you know what? we're in the sanctuary and not in the mortuary. But let's worship God because we are alive. Some people are in the hospital. We know that this person is not deep. You are not there yet. So we go and lock you in. Let me tell you something that happened. When I was trying to grow, when I was trying to increase the worship leaders in my church, when I became MD many years ago, many years ago, I made one mistake, right? The mistake I made was we only had about 2, 3, or 4 people that were the constant face of leading worship in church. And they were doing it well. And pastor did not want to risk it. So my pastor will even tell me that these are the people. He will ask me, okay, so this program that is coming, who is leading this? Sometimes my pastor will specify that it's this person that I want. And I'm going to talk about that because some of you immediately don't understand why you are not leading worship. I'm going to talk about that. The stage is not meant to try new people. I will tell you how to grow people and try them. It's not on the stage. It's not on Sunday that we try people. We cannot be doing try and error on stage. So they can only put you on stage when you have proven yourself. And there's a way to prove yourself off the stage. I'm going to get there. So when people started complaining in the choir that it's like Tush is biased, he's only allowing 2, 3 people, he's only people, why does I will not allow us also to lead worship? So I made a mistake. I said, okay, everybody that has been that has led special number at one time or the other, or that have some ginger, I said, okay, let me make them, let me include them to lead worship. So you know what I did? I added them. I put them on the roster to lead worship. That month was trouble. It messed up. These are people that had less special number at one time or the other. So I felt like because they had less special number, then they should be able to handle leading worship. It messed up. So I went back to God. Spiritual excellence. When a problem happens in your choir, you don't blame the members. You first of all ask God. You look at yourself. It is between you and God. This is where many MDs miss it. If you ask any MD, what's happening to your choir? Oh, these people are not serious. Oh, you're always complaining. That's the reason why your choir is not growing, because all the problems, you don't take ownership. You don't take responsibility. If somebody is not singing well, you should be able to. The question is, what have you done? What have you done? Let's even start from that point. And then God showed me what was happening, that you are putting people that you have not particularly trained. And then God gave me the idea of having a training school within the choir to build worship leaders. So I told them, okay, all of you that led worship, I stopped them all from leading worship. Some of them are angry with, some of them were angry with me for years, maybe some even till now, but I don't send anybody, Papa. If you are going to be a great MD, you have got to have a thick skin. I'm dropping many things here, so be picking it. If you're going to be a successful MD, you must have a thick skin. You must not be the kind of person that is selling ice cream. You want to please people. Some of you, your choir, you are trying to please everybody because you have some big boys and big girls in your choir that supply money. So they'll be doing the wrong thing, but you will not be able to tell them the truth. You are not wondering why your choir is not growing. So I told them, I said, okay, what we're going to do right now is that I'm going to start a training school. And in this training school, I'm going to set a time. You guys will come for lessons. I'm going to teach you on worship and how to lead worship, how to arrange songs, how to do all of those things, how to manage the atmosphere. I will do it. If you are passing, I will start allowing you to back up. So I told them that even those who will back up during worship must be in that training school. So I said, as you start growing, I will now field you. Ladies and gentlemen, it is probably over 10 years that I started that thing. And I've stopped being MD of that choir right now since 2018 was my last year being MD of that choir, and that's in the headquarters. That training school still exists till now because the MD that took over from me saw that was what solved the problem. So what happened was I went back to God, and then when I started training these people, I didn't start by teaching them how to arrange songs. I started first of all by teaching them what worship was. What is worship? Okay? So that's where we started from, because many people don't understand worship. Many people don't understand these things. So the spiritual excellence starts from you building people. Many people just want to be on stage. They don't understand the disciplines of a worship leader, the disciplines of a singer. There are disciplines. So that's where it starts from. The spiritual excellence. That's where it starts from. All right. So you must see that individual members are growing. So when someone got on stage and the person, I said, okay, lead worship for 5 minutes. and I heard the rubbish that I said, come. You have not grown yet. Sit down. Let me begin to pour into you the more. So as MDs, look at the people. When you tell somebody, okay, go and give us an exhort us Bible study 15 minutes, that's when you will know the people that read their Bible or not. When church is having anything, because some of you, if church is doing 21 days fasting and prayer, your singers and musicians, they will not join it. It's only when there's concert and carol that they will join. And you are wondering why the choir is stuck. So they must join. So you ask them, guys, church is fasting 30 days. Because you are first of all a Christian before you are a singer or before you are an artist. Huh? You are first of all a Christian. So if your choir members must grow spiritually in their walk with God. Some of you know your choir members that go to club. You know your singers that go to twerk on guys. You know them. I know. I'm shaking tables. You know them, and you are looking at them because after they go to club and they pick money, they will send you something. You are wondering why your choir is not growing. God has put people in your hands. Okay, the people He has put in your hands, they are your sheep. MD, you are the shepherd. And I'm going to say this: that look, any choir that will grow, it will start from the MD. Is the MD that is responsible for the growth. It doesn't matter even if the choir members are better than the MD. A team only rises to the level of the leadership. Only rises to the level of the leadership. Okay, so you have to ensure that these people are growing. So why are you not reading your Bible? So sometimes call people, have conversations with them, just be friends with your members and just have talk with them, like what's happening to you, what's happening in your life. That's when you know some people that this person this person is actually cohabiting with one guy. How can a girl be cohabiting with a guy? You sleep on the same bed and you are telling me nothing is happening. Afana. Okay, why are you staying in that place? You don't have accommodation. Okay, let's sort it out. All right. So that spiritual part is very, very important. You must ensure that each member is growing. The second area where you must see that excellence, we're talking about defining excellence and thriving. The second area is in leadership and administration. Leadership and administration. Very, very important. Very, very important. Saladi, can you mute your mic, sir? I can hear myself on your hand. Thank you. It's very important. Now, what is leadership? This is where it starts from. Number one, how excellent is the leader of that choir? How excellent is the MD? I'm going to explain this and pause so that I'm going to hand the mic over to Dr. K-Sticks. Is already here with us. All right. So let me talk about leadership. See, let me tell you this. The best decision that anybody can do for a choir is to get a good music director, a good choir leader. If you miss that step, I don't care the amount of trainings you do. I don't care how much money you put down to go and get different people all around the world to come and be musicians. Like I said, everything rises and falls on leadership. So the person that will be the leader of a choir must be sound. Now, there are 2 or 3 different kind of skills that an excellent MD must have. I won't explain it too much because I know that Dr. Casey is going to talk on a couple of things already. Number one thing is that you must have leadership skills. You must be able to lead people. You must have that emotional intelligence, emotional maturity. You must be an accommodating person. It doesn't mean that you are a sanguine, but you must really love people. Because if you don't love people and you don't want people to move close to you, you're going to have problem. Okay. Now there is also the technical ability, and this is where many churches get it wrong. They look for somebody in the choir that has leadership quality. The person can bring people together, but the person knows sabi music, but the person knows how to gather everybody together. But then, we are doing song. Help us to arrange harmonies. How are we going to switch parts? Okay. So we cannot even be creative. We have Dr. K-Sticks here. For many years, how everybody was running to Daystar Carol when it was time. It was the highlight of the nation. Why were they going there? They were seeing creativity. Why? Because while other churches were doing jingle bell, holy why angels for their flowers by night, everybody was all of those normal things. People were seeing a music director bringing creativity into carol. It's the same carol, but it was not the normal song. It was not the normal Ewa Lubala. Everybody, that's what everybody was doing. So it was something different. If you are going to have a thriving choir, the MD must be musically sound. I don't care, you want to do it. Now, if they made you the head of a choir and you know that you are not musically sound, please, while you are learning, find somebody that is musically and technically sound to say, you know what, I accept that I know sabi music. You be handling the music, let me be handling the administrative part. I will be learning from you. But some of you, when I know go hear what, you shall want to do everything. Like I was in the church, they were going to do a song. There's no God like Jehovah. 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 And then MD was saying, go up, go up, go up. I said, bros, go up to where? This is harmony inversion. Teach them how to invert part. Do they know that, okay, if you are singing melody, you go to tenor, from tenor, you go to alto. I was telling them, go up, go up. So everybody was just raising their voices. They don't even understand what they are doing. And that's what we have in many of our music teams. You have music director that doesn't. So I'm not saying that, I'm not trying to belittle you, but I'm telling you that if you want to have a great choir, your musical and technical intelligence has to be hyper. It has to be sharp. Your job as a MD is not to score songs, sir, man. Your job is creativity. You have to cook the music. Your members should be able to score the songs. But many MDs, or you are even ordinary elevation music, Maverick City, you will still have to score the part for them. When will you now start being creative? Because in your choir, I should be able to attend your service and I must see something different. I've heard the song in my house. I've watched the video on YouTube. I should be able to hear something different that I did not watch on YouTube. Right there. Okay. So I'm going to pause there. We're going to come back to these things, because we have Dr. K-Sticks already here with us. I'm going to hand the mic over right now to Deacon Dayo Akinwale. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Tommy Tush. In fact, you've done half of the job. God bless you. Can you hear me in the house?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear, sir.
God bless you. Thank you very much. Number one, before we move on, we want to really apologize for the technical issues we had while trying to stream live on our platform. It's a technical issue. We have tried the platform many times and it was okay, but today we seem to have a little bit of technicality. Our technical team are looking into why the issues happened. In fact, I didn't even know we were coming up online trying to make calls, to talk about why we are not hearing us. Can you hear us online? Can you do this? But, it happens. A lot of people on YouTube, I even have some people that they are not even on TikTok at all. They are just on YouTube. And it's like we are disappointing them for today. But we are going to get better. Every beginning has a challenge. So I want to sincerely apologize. But I want to thank you all. Impressive number even here online. This is very, very good. That everybody turned down to TikTok